Michigan, if you know, you know. We are on our way to Kennedy Space Center, and I have never been. I am so excited. I am with my son who's driving. He doesn't want to be on camera. Most of my videos, I'm like, I know what I'm doing. I've been there before. I can show you the tips and tricks. No, I'm a complete newbie. So let's go to Kennedy Space Center and experience it for the first time.
Step off the limb now. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
In one inspiring moment, he changed the mission from one based in fear of the present to one of hope for the future.
But why, some say, the moon? Why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? Why 35 years ago fly the Atlantic? Why does Rice play Texas? We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
Oh my gosh, look at this. That is so cool. You can see.
NASA, and he said, Houston, we have a problem. That's all. Then I got down beside him, saw the red light, saw that two of our fuel cells have shut down, and I said,
Okay, we have a problem here.
Very cool.
Say again, please. Here's where we had a problem.
This is
We had a
cool.
main beam bus interval. Roger, main beam interval. Okay, stand by 13, we're looking at it.
Houston, we have a problem here. We have a main B bus undervolt. And that is how that whole statement finally got out into the world.
Hi.
Stand right there for me. Kind of turn sideways. There we go. Welcome.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Yep, barcode down on the red. Awesome.
We made it! Ah! We are headed to the buses over to the launch. This is like the coolest thing. This is the best day ever. Okay, so there's the gift shop right there. Straight ahead for the bus tours. Looking back at where we came in and we went right to the right this way. Lots of different things that you can do here. Let's see if going on the bus tour first is the wise decision. We are newbies. It's a nice air-conditioned bus that you take out to the launch site.
This morning as we head out to the Apollo Saturn V Center, we're going to be about 14-15 minutes or so getting to Saturn V, and as we're traveling we are going to go by the vehicle assembly building, and you'll get a good look at the vehicle assembly building.
A Mercury capsule carrying Ham, a chimpanzee, was successfully launched and recovered on January 31st, 1961. Just months later, on May 5th, astronaut Alan Shepard launched on a Mercury Redstone rocket, becoming the first American in space.
Largest buildings in the world by volume, and is the place where NASA completes the final assembly of its rockets before launch. The sheer scale of this building is hard to grasp, even when you're right next to it.
Do you ever feel really small when you think about space? What about when you're standing next to a skyscraper or a really big bridge? Well, I feel about as small as an ant right now. I'm standing inside the vehicle assembly building trying to grasp how large it really is in here. It has 4 bays. Each bay has 2 large horizontal doors below it and 7 smaller vertically opening doors above it, tall enough to fit the world's largest rocket through. In fact, these are the largest doors in the world.
Construction of the VAB required 65,000 cubic yards of concrete, 45,000 steel beams, 1 million steel bolts amounting to almost 100,000 tons of steel. Notice the flag painted on the outside of the VAB? It's the size of a 21-story building. The blue section alone is the size of an NBA basketball court. Each star is 6 feet across, and each red and white stripe is wide enough for this bus to drive down. And the entire VAB? It's so huge that the Roman Colosseum would fit on the roof with room to spare for a parking lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, now as we get closer here to the vehicle assembly building, I want to give you a little more information here about the building as we go by. The VAB, as NASA calls this building, this is the world's largest 1-story building. It is 525 feet tall, 160 meters, all 1 story. You can walk into the ground floor of this building almost anywhere, look up and see the ceiling. The building itself takes up over 8.5 acres on the inside perimeter. The American flag that's on the front of the building is the world's largest hand-painted flag. It was painted by hand with brushes and rollers on the building. Wow. Taking 632 gallons of paint to paint that flag. 210 feet in length, 110 feet in width. The stripes are 8.5 feet wide. The field of stars the size of a professional basketball court. And the stars 6 feet around point, all hand painted. And it has been repainted since the first time. Also hand painted. See a brand new mobile launch tower, 380 feet tall on a new platform that was built for SLS Artemis. First Artemis rocket flew from that platform away from that tower out at pad 39B over 4 months ago now, and they brought it back for repair.
This is my firstborn. He's amazing. Very cool. Space food sticks.
NASA and Kennedy Space Center. Welcome to the Apollo Saturn V Center.
We hadn't been more than 16 minutes into space, and now we were going to the moon. We would have to design a rocket the size of a 36-story office building, put it together with the precision of a microscope, and accelerate it to the speed of a bullet. Then we would have to guide it to a moving target 250,000 miles away. Many people thought it was an impossible dream, but 400,000 of us set about making that dream a reality. Edward White and Roger Chaffee were on board Apollo 1 for a plugs-out test, a full-scale dress rehearsal for the actual launch. Suddenly it happened. There was a fire in the capsule. 3 men whose lives had been in our hands were lost.
Surely the opening vistas of space promise high costs and hardships, as well as high reward. But this country of the United States was not built by those who waited and rested and wished to look behind them.
After Apollo 1, some thought we'd failed, and that the moon was out of our reach. But we owed it to those men.
This is the real thing that they used. I don't even know what it's called.
This month, nothing appears to stand between Apollo 8 and the moon. God.
This is the firing room. Launch
Firing
control
room.
for the Apollo missions. This
Launch
is not a
control.
mock-up. These are the very consoles we sat at when men first took off to fly to the moon. The tragedy of Apollo 1 had put us a year and a half behind. We were making up for it in one big leap. And we were doing it with a rocket that no man had ever flown before. It was a few days before Christmas 1968 when Apollo 8 sat on the pad. She was the first of a new kind, a moon rocket. This was the Phoenix, risen from the ashes of Apollo 1. The first Apollo crew did not die in vain. This was to be their testament.
All systems go.
45 seconds and counting. The first stage liquid oxygen tank has been pressurized, and the pressure is still building up. Coming up in 90 seconds, mark, T-minus 90 seconds and counting. The Apollo 8 crew standing by, spacecraft commander Frank Borman, Jim Lovell, Bill Anders. We now report that the liquid hydrogen tank in the third stage is pressurized. 1 minute 15 seconds. All third stage propellants pressurized at this time as we come up on the 60-second mark on the flight to the moon. T-minus 60 seconds and counting. The vehicle now is completely pressurized. We're coming up on power transfer shortly. We have the power transfer. We're now on the flight batteries within the launch vehicle.
Minus 30.
Final reports coming from Frank Borman at this time. Final look at the switch list aboard the spacecraft. 20 seconds, all aspects. We are still in roll at this time.
15,
14, 13,
12, 11,
10, 9. Sequence start. The engines are on. 4.
On the other side of those doors, you'll find an actual Saturn V moon rocket. It's still the most powerful, the most complex machine ever built. And I guess it's the only one that can take you to another planet. I actually got to fly one on the second flight to the moon called Apollo 13. But that's another story.
That was is so cool. They had the whole like room shaking, like to simulate. Like I actually, it like was very emotional. Very cool. Seeing it in person is so much different than seeing it on TV. The scale of it, you cannot capture it. It's just awe-inspiring, huge, just wow. Look at this thing. I cannot even capture what this is like. That, wow, that's as big as a huge building. Just that one. Wow. Saw the scale of this thing, you can't get it on film. Being here in person is so different than seeing it on TV. Just very, wow. This was an outer space. This whole thing, this huge, huge thing. I thought the wiring at home was complicated. Look at this. This is why we pay electricians so much. It's like a treasures gallery. It has all kinds of artifacts in here. Oh my gosh, look at this. That is so cool. You can see like the burn marks from being out in space. Wow. That is it's so tiny in there. It looks so tiny to sit in there. Wow. Sample of the moon. 3.7 billion years old. In the Taurus Littrow Valley region of the moon. Wow. I feel so insignificant. 3.7 billion years ago. That piece of rock was there in existence. All kinds of really cool artifacts in here. Everyone went into the movie theater to watch the show. We're literally the only ones in here. This is Alan Shepard's space suit. Wow. Like to take that baby out. It looks like fun. Like Tom Hanks says, do some prospecting. Another one. Kind of reminds me of like golf carts. Very expensive golf cart right here. A moon golf cart. I have a Moon Rock Cafe here. It's not open yet. Probably be open, lunchtime. One small step for man. One giant leap for mankind. They have a tribute to the Apollo 1 astronauts, and one of them is from my hometown of Grand Rapids, Michigan. They have a whole thing dedicated to him in my hometown. He's from my hometown, Grand Rapids. This is him. This is really, really neat that they have this. He was well respected for his engineering skills and tireless dedication to succeed. Very sad. Oh, and this is his like stuff. Wow, that is really neat. He built this model ship. This is really cool. I have no idea what this is. My kid's like, I'm just gonna walk in it. I'm a little scared. I don't know what this is. What is this? It's the Heroes Walk. You get to walk like you're an astronaut. Look at us, y'all. We're doing the Heroes Walk. You and I. I have this couch. This kind of reminds me of Spaceship Earth. Like the scene on Spaceship Earth where they're watching. Love it. They have bathrooms everywhere if you're worried about that. Never been too far from a bathroom this whole time. Pretty amazing. Look at how tiny this part where the astronauts are compare to the rest of it. I didn't realize that it was like that. Like their section is very, very small compared to the rest of it. Very fascinating. Look at this picture my kid took. Wow. That's that right there. They also have a gift store called The Right Stuff, so we're gonna go in there and check it out. They also have like a photo kiosk where you can get pictures. They take pictures of you when you come in. We bought a print and I will show you what that looks like. It was $26 for one print, and then it was like $45 to get all the prints, but we didn't need all the prints. Got press pennies, collectible medallions. You can get dog tags for your dog. I need my space. Every cat ever. I really like that shirt. That's perfect for wearing at Epcot when it gets busy. Everything that you can imagine. Look at that. Failure is not an option. I love that one. I need that in my life. Really cool. Reminds me of MTV, doesn't it? MTV. They have pins and postcards and hats and t-shirts and mugs and all the things. All the things. It's really cool in here too. Okay, I've done the touristy thing and bought some stuff. I feel this is remarkable restraint because I could get so much more. And Snoopy the astronaut. You guys say hi. Hi, Snoopy! I just spent a lot of money at your shop. Yeah. Stickers came to 25 bucks. That's what happens in Florida. This is the command and service module. We're waiting in line to go look inside of it. It's really cool. The command service module, the CSM. See, I'm official. I know all the lingo. No. I know all the lingo, okay? I'm a pro now. I've been here for like 2 hours. Just looking inside the command module. You can't really see much. It's very small in there. You would think it's like bigger, but it's not. Hard to believe 3 astronauts were in that one little tiny space. That one little tiny space right there. They just had a thing about Alan Shepard. He was the first person to hit a golf ball on the moon. Not a lot of people can put that on their resume. I might put that on my resume. I'm gonna put that on my resume. I hit a golf ball on the moon. Do you think that'll be a problem? Okay, my son says this technology is cool. This is Jim Lovell of the Apollo 13. I say it's a little creepy. It's a little concerning for me. I don't know that I would want me to see. Even he agrees. Right, Jim? What do you think? Well, you can talk to him. You can ask him. What are the highlights of your career, Jim?
I spent some time at NASA. I really enjoyed my time there, my 4 flights. I think there were 2 highlights that I really had. They're different.
That is really cool. Okay, I take back my words.
My first really highlight was going to the moon for the first time.
I've been wrong before.
The first time 3 people saw the far side of the moon. The first time 3 people saw the Earth as it really is. You know, a grand oasis in the vastness of space. That was, to me, one of my highlights. And of course, the second highlight of my time was to take an almost complete disaster and turn it into a successful recovery.
Very
on
inspiring.
Apollo 13.
Very inspiring.
Hi, I'm Jim Lovell.
Hi, Jim.
Retired old astronaut. I did 4 space flights back in the 60s and 70s.
Good to know.
If you want to ask me a question, I'll be glad to answer it. Just merely push that
really
button
cool.
in front of you.
Let's push Houston. We have a problem.
Statement in the Apollo 13 flight that has been said over and over again and is used by almost everybody, and that is, Houston, we have a problem.
Oh, cool. This is so cool.
Hi, I'm Jim Lovell.
Bye, Jim.
Retired old astronaut.
You're amazing. All right, we came outside from where we are, and here is a launch pad right there. This is the main one that they use for, I think you said like 80 missions for this launch pad, and then there is one right next to it too that they use on like 60 missions. Very historic. I'm standing on very historic ground here. Very cool. If I can get any closer. That is really cool. I never thought I would be standing here looking at this. Never thought I would be here. Pretty incredible day. This has been, you know, absolutely amazing. It's been inspiring. I got emotional. It's incredible. This is just an hour drive from Orlando, and it was an incredibly easy drive. Very beautiful drive. I highly recommend anybody coming out here if you're ever in the Orlando area and you have time to do this. You will not regret it. It was $75 per person to come here, so it's kind of a little pricey already. I mean, really, we haven't done everything, and I'm already like, it's totally worth the money that we spent. 10 out of 10, all the emojis, just absolutely amazing. I wish we could get closer to that, but it's all blocked off. But there it is from here. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Once in a lifetime trip. There is, in honor of the Apollo 11 crew, Michael Collins, Neil Armstrong, and Edwin Buzz Aldrin. Pretty cool. Hey Buzz, did you know that my boyfriend's name is Buzz? Buzz Lightyear. There's some comedy gold in this expression right here. I'm not quite sure what it is, but yeah. We could put something there to that. Make it funny. Like, why'd I eat the donuts? Or, why did I spend $20 on stickers in the gift shop? Or, why am I wearing a hoodie in 100-degree heat? Neil Armstrong, I want to know. And here's that building from the outside where the rocket is at. We're walking on the moon, y'all. We're going places. Oh, look, yeah. Feet are slightly smaller than Neil Armstrong's. Right, this is now open and it smells so good. The smell coming off here is really amazing. I think we're gonna eat here for lunch. Have cheeseburgers, pizza, hot dog, french fries, kids meals, treats, all kinds of things. Grab it and go stuff as well. That dessert, y'all, I think that's carrot cake. Looks amazing, but they have like ready-made things. And a chocolate cake, which is death to me, can't have that. Okay, we got a chicken meal. I got a kid's hot dog meal. It comes with the water. And then my kid got a souvenir cup, and this whole meal came to $35. Quite expensive for, you know, theme park food, but, you know.
15 seconds, 15 seconds.
The entire moon landing has come down to 2 men and 1 minute.
Forward, forward. Bring feet down, 2.5. Down 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Lights on. Down 2.5. Forward. Forward. 30 feet, 2.5 down. Big shadow. Roll forward. More forward, drift to the right roll. Down 1/2. Contact light. Okay, engine stop. Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
History is made again.
Okay, Neil, we can see you coming down the ladder now.
For one incredible moment, we are one people with one history, watching our destiny unfold.
That's one small step for man. One giant leap for mankind. Wow, what a view, isn't it, John? Absolutely unreal.
The first mission had stayed for only 1 day, but over the next 3.5 years, 5 more Apollo missions visited the moon, and with each one, we stayed longer, roamed further, and discovered more.
I never thought when I was a kid building rockets, you know, in high school, that we would go to the moon, you know, before the end of the century. I mean, I thought that was something that was way in the future, fantasy.
I was rolling Look at the size of that rock. That is the best sample we got. Just don't stub your toe.
It's talking about there's a
I want to say incubated, that ain't the word.
So the astronauts are
yes.
down the road getting ready for their launch.
All right,
We're headed
this
back.
area right here, it's a Banana Creek launch viewing area. It's only 3.5 miles away, a little bit further for A. But if you ever get a chance to come here, watch a launch, you're so close. You can actually feel the sound suppression from the blast. You get any closer than that, it could give you a heart attack. So I got to watch the Artemis take off from here, the SLS Space Launch System. 6,000 people were here. Phenomenal thing to see.
Companies SpaceX and Boeing. SpaceX's capsule Crew Dragon is capable of carrying up to 7 astronauts and cargo launched on SpaceX's own Falcon 9 rocket. Crew Dragon, upon returning to Earth, splashes down in the ocean in one of 7 different locations off the coast of Florida. These are chosen based on specific criteria such as weather and location of the spacecraft in orbit.
It is raining, so we're gonna go in here and check this building out. Humongous. Wow. It's the theater that we came out of, and it gives this big reveal to this. It's like Disney crowds for a moment there. Really, really cool. You can see like kids crawling through a tunnel right there. All kinds of really cool activities in here. Really amazing. The tiles on there, charred. Really, really, really cool. There's a slide, and looking up at this thing, it's like, jeez, the scale of this thing. You have all kinds of really cool activities down here. Literally, you could spend the whole day doing stuff in here. Definitely. Maybe a 2-day visit. 9 to 5 really just is not enough time to get everything in that you want to look at. We're gonna go in here, the Forever Remember. This is to commemorate all the astronauts that have passed away, the Challenger disaster. Challenger and Columbia disaster. The Challenger, and then they have all the astronauts that passed away, and then this side is the Columbia, and then all the astronauts that passed away on this side. There's Krista McAuliffe's memorial. I touch the future, I teach. Teachers, y'all. Wow, there's a piece of the Challenger here. The left side body panel. January 28, 1986. Wow. That's amazing. Part of history right there. Remember seeing that when I was in school. There's another gift shop, the Shuttle Express Gifts. This one seems to be a bit larger than the other one. And look, you can go in here. Alex, go in there. No? He's walking away. What the? The audacity of my children to not participate in activities. Really, really cool. It was raining, but it stopped. So that's great. Got a few more things to look at. We have another cafe, and guess what? Another gift shop. Because I haven't spent enough money. This gift shop is ginormous. Lots in here. Lots in here. This gift shop is 2 floors. The upper part here has got a lot of kids stuff. Legos, things like that. Really, really good gift shop. This is probably the best one. A lot of really cool things that I want to buy. For $15,000, you can get a meteorite, 33 pounds. Yeah. We're gonna check out the rocket garden. It's a garden of rockets. Genius, right? This is really cool. This is worth a trip alone to see this. Always wanted to see stuff like this. Little place for you to cool off. I'm just gonna throw myself in there. throw my whole body in there and see what happens. Probably feel better after. I don't know. I don't want to end up on TikTok like those people that got on the phone at Epcot. Not today. I really don't want to be TikTok famous today for shenanigans. Look at this thing. Wow. I wonder what they do with these things. Are they just like tied down so well for hurricanes that they just leave them out? I mean, they just leave this out here? Kinds of interesting facts about all these rockets out here. My favorite one has got to be this one right here. Well, it's so cool. It's got a shark face. I really like the colors. Very impressive. Realize how like massive these things are until you're like up close. Really, really massive. Yeah. We are gonna go into Gateway, which is the newest building, the newest addition. It's the future of space in this building here, the Gateway. This is really cool. Wow. Welcome to the future. We have another eatery here, the Space Bowl Bistro, which has more, I don't know, healthier options probably than what we chose, so that's pretty cool. You could live in space and have this for your meal. Looks pretty inedible. This is what it looked like if we want to live in space. Future living quarters. That's where you would sleep. There's your bunk beds. There's a SpaceX. I remember watching this on TV. I actually like pulled over and watched this in Lake Worth when I was going out to the beach that day. It's the Dragon crew. Really cool. Yeah, Cargo Dragon. I remember watching that. Yep. It was very inspiring. Yeah, December of 2020. I remember that because, you know, it was during the pandemic and it was just so inspiring to have this, you know, as something that was going on. Yep, and there's an up-close view of it. Very nice. Worker that works here showed me where to go so I can get a better view of it, which was very helpful. The staff here is just like amazing, really top of the line. This is a future life habitat where you can live. The large integrated flexible environment, LIFE, life. Interesting. We are leaving here, not too much in here. There's some experiences that have like an hour wait time and we're running out of day. So we are moving on from here. They do have lockers right there from where we came in at. And last but not least, we are going to see the Heroes and Legends, the Astronaut Hall of Fame. Last but not least, it's been a really good day here. Really, really glad that we came. Yeah. The first part was an IMAX movie that we couldn't film, and now this part, I mean, this is what gets me. Look at how tiny that section is that they're sitting in. Very tiny compared to the rest. It's my biggest takeaway. The Mission Control Center.
Beyond belief that it could go that easily. The telemetry people noticed a signal which was indicating that each ship...
At these very controls, a team of pioneers assembled for one purpose, to send a man into space.
Or something like that. So it's quite obvious they weren't telling me exactly what they were thinking on the ground.
This is really neat. It's hard to believe these computers sent men into space. Look at these. Pretty fascinating. This part is really cool. This is the Astronaut Hall of Fame. It's all the astronauts lined up. Every single one. Here's Gus Grissom, Alan Shepard, Donald Deke Slayton, James Lovell, Jim McDivitt, Frank Borman, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, Michael Collins, Pete Conrad. Really cool. Oh, look. It's Fred Hayes. Swaggart. Charlie Duke. This is my hometown hero, Roger Chaffee. It just goes on and on and on and on. Literally, they've run out of room in here. Pretty amazing in here. We have made it to the back of the Space Center, and there is where the rocket is, and this is the memorial garden in the back. It's not really, like, I don't think a lot of people know that it's back here, but I watched YouTube and saw this, so this is something that was on my must-do list. This is a memorial garden for all the astronauts that have passed away in the space program. This is really beautiful. Really beautiful. You got that right here, and this. You see Krista McAuliffe, Gregory Jarvis, Dick Scobie, Michael Smith, Gus Grissom, all the astronauts. Whenever mankind has sought to conquer new frontiers, there have been those that have given their lives for the cause. The Astronauts Memorial, dedicated May 9, 1991, is a tribute to American men and women who have made the ultimate sacrifice, believing the conquest of space is worth the risk of life. The flag in the background. Very beautiful back here in the back of the complex. Very classy and beautiful. Look what we found on the way out. Well, my son found him. Ocean alligator. Here's that a crocodile. Ooh, he heard me. He's like, don't call me a crocodile. The bus driver did say there was a lot of alligators in these waters. Not just these waters, but the waters like all like around where the visitor center was. He's like, do not touch, don't go near them or touch them or anything, because they will come at you at 35 miles an hour and you have no chance. What an amazing day. From the Memorial Garden, that'll do it for today's video. I love Kennedy Space Center. It was amazing. Probably my favorite part was the visitor center that we went to first. I can't say enough good about it. I'm so glad that I got to go, and I got to go with my kid, and it was an amazing day. Until we meet again, my friends, bye, and it's been fun. Let's do the Kennedy Space Center again. Bye.
We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other thing. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard.